Hello, everybody. It's me. I'm going to move over slightly this way so that I can be more centered in the camera. So, this is Arcanium, or Arcanium. I'm not totally sure. I don't think I've heard the developers pronounce it. It's fine. You may be able to hear that I'm very sniffly today because allergies are kicking my butt. But I was hoping that hanging out and playing some games and chatting with people would be a nice break from just sitting and staring at the computer trying to not feel bad. If me sniffling or sneezing is going to be annoying to you, then I apologize, but there's not a lot I can do because it's gonna be common enough that if I tried to mute myself, it would be tricky. So maybe this is not the stream to watch. If that is a problem for you, I hope it is not a problem. Um, you are very welcome to hang out and lurk if that is what you would prefer. We are very close to the 50 follower threshold needed to qualify for affiliate, and at that 50 follower threshold, I will do a cool giveaway of some of my books, probably something back here. Oh, actually, let's see. Maybe we do it this way. Yeah, they can see that a little bit more. So, got a portrait of a D&D character of mine from a while back, and then some copies of Jean Mats and Aria, and other stuff. I have arcs from books from years and years ago because uh, I don't sell arcs. So once a book has come out and I've already sent the arcs for reviews, the rest of them just kind of hang out until I find a good way to use them. So, yeah, I more or less remember how this game works. I don't remember if we did casual last time. Let's try normal. Maybe that will go poorly. I'm not sure. Alright, so these are the three people we did last time. And we have Mozibus and Shinzo unlocked. Shinzo looks like a tank. Are you a tank? You look like a tank. You have a big shield, so you're probably a tank. So let's have Shinzo. And I probably want Shinzo to be in the middle. Is that how I do this? A lady and Mozibus. What if I... How can I undo this? Because what I'm worried about is I want Shinzo to be in the middle, because then the tanky stuff will be able to extend both ways to people, I think. I'm curious whether having this elemental alignment will be really good or really bad, because they all have arcane. But I guess we'll find out. So this difficulty is pretty high, which is interesting. So that's less difficulty. What if I get rid of you and add you? It's not as much difficulty, so... And if I get rid of you and add these two, that's definitely higher difficulty. Two tanks? I'm not worried about damage with two tanks. I liked Aurora's stuff, so let's go ahead and do that. It's a little bit less troubling than this other trio that I had. And we still get the fox person. So here we go. So we're trying to destroy Akhan, who is the kind of big boss. Do we get a province choice? Is that something that only happens in other games? No. So we did this area in the last run. So we have Anador, your party receives extra health. We did Uzir, Scorched Lands, Fallen Realm, choose an ability at the start of the run. Yeah, let's go for the Scorched Lands. Ooh, very magma. The Scorched Lands used to be a thriving kingdom that has been obliterated by the first Shard of Umbra over 500 years ago. The corrupting power of Umbra twisted the land and its inhabitants, giving rise to Akhan, the Calamity. So this area's seen better days. So we're going to see Void Aberration and Goblin Looter and Blackguard and some kind of toxic poison creatures. And Noctis, the Fallen Prince. Noctis has changed his look since Final Fantasy 15, just a little bit. Alright, so we got Aurora. We're gonna get a new card for a chosen hero. Let's take a card for a character we already know, because I don't know Shinzo's deck yet. So, cost is up here. All of them with a sword are melee, so they can only attack in the lane that you're actively in. This is defense. Retain is pretty good. Damage and vulnerable. Let's go for Shield Steal, because that gives Milady some more sustain, survivability. Artifact. Where's my artifact situation? Okay. Nope. So somebody gets an ability, and that was the thing that we got. So here are the world quests, and these I was not good. I was not super great about actively pursuing and then cashing in when I was playing last time. So Anador is somewhere else. Let's do, I guess explore tiles and destroy enemies. Yeah, that's fine. So Uzir is somewhere around here. I guess Uzir is maybe down here. Yeah, so that's Uzir down here. This must be Anador. Okay, so that's what this is. So I want to mostly be over here, because this is the Scorched Lands, and I have the world quests that tie into that. Let's look at your deck. So your ult is Earthquake, destroy all shield, deals 6 damage in an area, Shield Steal, and expend. So Shield Steal, damage dealt, not take your the shields that you already have that exist. Backlash, deal 1 nature damage to the attacker on hit. All stacks decay at the end of turn. So that's like Thorns, but it decays faster. And you've got some taunt. Okay. Let's go ahead and do an event. Imp Beggar. A snotty little imp scampers down a rock formation and pops right up in front of you, rudely tugging on your clothes and begging. Yum? Got yum for magic? Maybe I do have a yum for magic. Okay, sure. Upgrade. Let's upgrade something. And you will just do more damage. You would also do more damage. Taunt. Shield and more backlash. Oh, that costs 2. Got it. To strike for more damage. Yeah, I'm just gonna buff a fireball here for right now. Cards. Let's get cards for Shinzo. So, Life Force, deal damage, life steal if you have resilience. Gain Ward. Ward is increased shield received by 50%, but it decays by 1 stack each turn. Let's go and look at his deck. Your stuff is expensive, so Sacred Bulwark is shield and backlash. What do I have that gives resilience? Not sure about these. I need to wait on them until I get more cards that will grant resilience. I think his ult gives resilience, but that might be the only thing. But I will add the Spirit Ward. Alright, let's do a fight. Forest Crawler, Iron Claw, and a Razor Fang. So I think we've actually moved into Anagor, maybe? 'Cause I don't remember these being on the Scorched Plains area. So we've got our tank friend in the middle. We've got kind of duelist cat, and then fire and sun mage fox over here. And each of these characters has their own hand and their mana pool, effectively, and then their hit points here, enemy hit points, symbol that indicates what the enemy is going to be, type of thing the enemy is going to be doing. So they're going to poison. This one's going to just get tougher, and this one's going to do a multi-strike attack. So I'm going to get some shield for you, and then you're going to switch over here. Burn. And fireball. So you're going to take 8 because of the backlash, right? Because you're doing a multi-attack, and it's 2 backlash per hit, so that's really nice. And then you're not taking any health damage, because that's a 0 over here. You're going to inflict poison. Now I can dash over here if I wanted, but that would expose you to the poison. So I think I'm just going to do this. Go all out on this forest crawler. Everybody's used all their energy, and they do their poison. We have these fun little scissors. Backlash is excellent. Alright, so we're going to taunt this enemy so that they're not attacking Aurora. And then we're going to gain a bunch of shield. You are going to gain shield. Let's see, so I can just fireball you, because that's an upgraded fireball, and you're out. So if I dual strike first, it'll give me might. Great. So then I will do this attack, and I will gain shield steal. And I got my ult, which dash attacks for 9, but mostly I wanted to attack so that there's only this Iron Claw left. And then we're going to dash over here and attack the big bear. And you're going to take 4. You have 4 shields, so we're doing okay. Taste my claws. Okay, so this one does, this enemy does talk, even though they look less anthro and more just is bear. It's just stabby. Alright, so you just have a bunch of AoE, and all of your attacks are... Alright, so we're gonna get that might bonus. Nice. Okay, so that's the first fight. We got some gold, and somebody gets an ability. I need to figure out his resilience thing. Teleport, swap positions with any ally, so not just adjacent. Yeah, I think that sounds good, honestly. So we're gonna go backpack. We're going to add ethereal wings. Strike. Where do I check your ult? Oh, right, it's here. So, yeah, this is not resilience. So there must be other cards in this person's kind of suite of cards that can be acquired that will give resilience because it's showing up a bunch of times. Alright, let's go to the spirits, get a permanent upgrade. Protection, gain shield and expend, that's interesting. Light cards do extra damage, that only applies to Aurora. Fortitude sounds good, because that gives everybody a bit more sustainability. Shard Battle, it's early for that. Alchemist, we're going to go ahead and go there, because that unlocks the Alchemist in the capital. We're going to get an item. So I think these are all consumables. We're going to take the Dragon Breath Potion because we have a character that gives burn. And then I can buy stuff. I could get the Flask of Destruction. The others are all more expensive, so I'm just going to wait on that. What did I buy here? Let's do items. We've got that assigned. Great. So we're going to go ahead and do just a normal battle here. Dark Ranger and a Twisted Warlock. Aurora has all of the fire puns. We've got our Dritz Doern-looking fellow over here, and then a owl with demon skin, apparently. You're gonna apply Hex, and Hex is a DOT, damage over time, but void element instead of something else. 7. Do Hex. So let's do big fireball and some burn to you. You're gonna attack here, and I'm gonna do some damage there. And then you can actually dash over here and then just unload on this enemy. Okay, so the taunt breaks if the character moves, because the taunt is to the position. I need to remember that. I could have retained that and used it on another turn, so that was nice. Okay. So we got a fireball, Scorch, AoE here, so you can go to there and then do damage to everybody. Do that. And then you're going to stay here now. This is going to give a might bonus, which means then that will get increased, and then this should defeat that enemy. And there's an ult, which will let me pounce over here. And then we're going to burn you. You have 6 health, but only 5 burns. You're going to stay alive this turn. You're not going to take any health damage because of the enemy's attack. That. Give it a shield. And we're gonna do some damage. Zap. You're gonna draw your ult. Destroy all shield. Deal 6 damage in an area. Shield steal. Okay. So now you've got lots of shield and you're doing fine. So you do get resilience. Oh, you must have an ability that gives you resilience. Okay. I should have looked at this, because all these characters have like a built-in ability. So you get resilience whenever you play a card. Therefore, the deck with all this resilience reliance stuff makes sense. Let's double check. Resilience all decays at the end of turn. So cards that cost like 1 or more, if they require 3 resilience, Shinzo will have to have played 3 other cards, which means I need to get some 0-cost cards for Shinzo, or these other cards are going to become more powerful once I'm able to give Shinzo more energy, is what that seems to look like. And why don't you go here, and if you dash, you're going to take that damage, so I think we're just going to wait. Okay, and damage. Now we're gonna do fireball. Oh, can you not? Can you? That's not it. Fire burst. So the ult is that you can play when the fury meter fills up, and you fill that up by playing cards and maybe I think taking damage. Burn in an area. Dash and shield. Dash and shield sounds good here. So let's look at you. Resilience or more. If I use the ult, that will kind of let me break this, but these being 2 cost makes me less confident about that. Let's get some cards. Let's get cards for Aurora. Power, burn, 10 shield and 3 burn. 12 damage and burn. So I'm gonna pull out one of these solar blasts and add in Searing Beam for a little bit more direct attack. So that's loot cache. I like loot. This isn't a loot box somehow, even though it is a box with loot in it. Ooh, choose one of the rewards. Apply Hex whenever you play Void card. One of you do Void? I don't know that any of you do Void. The character that I was going to include, but did not. 1 week whenever you deal critical damage. Let's have a mask. Let's give it to... and I got some gold. And let's do a fight. Hit me, I dare ya. I think they probably will. They will dare to hit. And you're going to get shield, and you're doing damage in an area. But 40 is a lot to do in 1 turn. Which makes me think probably not. Now if I moved and then taunted, it would spare this character over here the damage. So dash, and then headbutt, and now you don't take the area damage. And we do that, get to extra might, so we get that, so that we can here, because you can, yeah, you have some shields, so you're only going to take 1 health. And then we're going to give you some burn, and we're going to do area damage, and that's that. We have this these items to give extra burn, but we don't need to do that just yet. So they give themselves some shields, which is just fine. Ward. Shield here. I need to get you more taunts, that's for sure. Right, over there. And what's shield steal. Do this, and then we're going to take you out. And then I don't have the energy to move you all the way. I guess I could move Shinzo all the way over here, but I don't know that that would do a lot. 2 hex versus 9 damage. You know, that's actually fine. Because I give hex whenever somebody hits me, so take that. Haha. You're out. You're getting shields. Just lay into you. And let's give you some burn. And some fireball to you. So I don't need these extra taunts, but that's fine. Resilience, damage received. So the more you do stuff, the less damage you take, which is a great ability for a tank. Do that. You do a multi-strike. Do another multi-strike. You have 1 health left. So I can burn you, and you will die. And then I can fireball you, And you ult, you'll just attack this enemy. You can ult and fireball here. Miss. Some gold. And ability. Change some shields. Deal damage and shield steal. I've used Riposte in the previous run and it worked out really well. So let's get that into your deck. We've got 9. Let's go ahead and take that. Your core ability, apply temporary. Forgotten about that, honestly. Gain power and earn. Minion. That's interesting. Let's see. So what are we doing? How are we doing? 6 tiles here. 10 enemies. Let's go over here to visit a couple locations in Anador. Let's upgrade 2 random cards, Solar Blast and Lunge. So let's make sure that the ones that are upgraded are in the deck. That's in the deck, and that's in the deck. Great. And then we're going to go over here, and that should complete the quest. Unless Patience is a different term. Ooh, minion. Draw one every play minion. We only have the 1 minion. Apply Force, Poisonous Splash. I think. Combat staff. Yeah, it's a combat staff for Milady. Seems like the play. That's a gold. And we get a Curious Curio. It's Uzier. Okay, that's fine. Uzier is over here. So let's go and do an elite fight. Creepy crawlies. So you're gonna give yourself, you have regeneration. You're gonna give yourself a bunch of shield. You are doing, add a poison card to your deck when damaged. Okay. So, zap. And zap. Bonk. Backslash. You're doing 12. So I want you to go over here because you have resilience, which means you would take 2 damage per hit on the multi-strike. So we're gonna dash over here and then just do your rest of your attacks there. Because look, you're only suffering 2. Now you take a little bit more, but I will have to be okay with that for now. Or will I? What if a minion? So now the minion is going to absorb this damage here from the enemy. It does 2 damage, but then it will be destroyed, I believe. Yes. Okay. So I want to do this blast in an area so that it hits everything. And then the rest of your things are damage. So that's going to be 13 damage, which is not great. Let's see, you have a dash. We're going to shield steal, and then we're going to dash, and then we're going to make you vulnerable and attack again. And look at all that shield you built up by doing your arcane attacks. It's very nice. We're going to taunt you, and then we're going to bulwark. So we get our backlash, and what's items? Okay, yeah, items is fine. I've done the items thing. Alright, now they get to do their stuff. Rooted means the character can't move, which is not fun for Milady because a lot of her stuff lets her be moved. I'll apply 3 poison to yourself, expend. So this takes up a slot in my deck, but if I play it and accept that poison, it will no longer clog up my deck. And the decks in this game are very small. It's like between 9 and 14 cards, so adding 1 card is a fair amount of clogging. And look at this, I have 2 poisoned cards. I don't have anything that does cleanse on my side, so I'm gonna have to accept the fact that this is not great. You're doing 12, you're doing 6, and you're rooted, so you can't move, which is a bummer. But I can't taunt you. And then that. Now we're gonna destroy all of that. And then look at how incredibly tough you become. That's fun. And so we're gonna fireball and do something over here. And you're gonna take a big chunk of damage, unfortunately. So he cannot be everywhere. What's your pronoun situation? I don't know. I don't know your pronouns. Maybe they're not he, him. Unfortunately, in these kinds of games, the animal designs tend to be really obviously gendered, and like animals are gendered by different species of animals are gendered. So like cats are feminine and foxes are feminine and like that kind of stuff. Tends to be the way that these work. Dash and shield. But you also are rooted. Okay. Alright. That's how that's direct damage. But that's not direct damage. I can go over here. So then you're going to take 10. You're going to take 2, unless I do some stuff. You're going to hit riposte hits twice, and then multi-strike, and then we do that. And so only one of these enemies remains. And I cannot move here because of the root, unfortunately. It doesn't look like it will let me move directly past. So we will just end the turn. And we want to get Shinzo over here because look at all that damage coming in. So 1, 2, yeah, let's do 1, 2, attack. Yep, so for 1, you teleport over 2 spots. And word is increases shields received, but I don't have shields, so I'm just gonna take that on the chin, unfortunately. You're stunned, right? Yeah, so you can't do anything. So it will be time for some healing, please. Yes, look, her whole hand is poisoned now. Much tanking. And then let's move out of the way. You still have... Okay, so you hold on to all of that, which is not super great. Well, you're just defending, so go ahead and go on the offense, go on the attack. We're gonna apply one of these so that I can draw another card next turn. Okay. Nope, didn't need to do that. Artifact. Backlash when you play a nature card. You have nature cards, right? A lot of your cards are nature cards. poison when you hit an enemy, resilience when you dash or teleport. This is really good for Milady. Yeah. No? Okay, I can't. I have to do all this stuff. Counterattack, combustion, on guard. Let's do on guard here, because I'm getting a lot out of the dashing and such. And this is an essence reward, is basically like leveling up your party. So I could restore health, but I think there's a health area pretty close by. I'm going to give Shinzo an extra essence, because that lets me go into his deck and replace some cards with these resilience 3 or more type things. Let's do Life Force and remove Spirit Ward. And I'm going to remove one of these. Use the real wings. That's the teleport. We'll see about that. Heal is over here. Beefy. Alright, so 40 health on Aurora. Everybody else is doing okay. And we're going to try to get down here to Uzir, so we can get that special bonus. Ooh, retained. Deals 6 damage and 4 extra damage per resilience on you, but it's more expensive. Gain resilience. Apply all resilience on you to all adjacent allies. So, it's interesting that this ability has shown up twice, but I don't know if that's intentional or if... oh, okay, so I get all of these, not a choice of one of them. Then that explains why I'm getting 2 of it. Let's take Trample. Trample, is that in here? Yeah, Trample is there. Okay. And we'll go here, and that should get us into Uzir. Yeah, we've got Uzir kinds of enemies going on. So you get 1 resilience whenever you dash or teleport. You get a might at the end of return. You get might when you play some of your cards. So you've got 2 lunges. You're going to apply burn in an area. You're going to do damage and hex, damage and hex. So let's attack everybody in the area. Here, and let's get some backlash. Here. Just all-out attack on the hunter. A lot of damage coming in for Aurora. Okay, because the characters can hold over their energy turn to turn, which also makes these more expensive cards much easier to work with. Alright, so let's teleport first. We're going to taunt, and then we're going to do damage because of the resilience that we have. Area and here. Lots of attacky. Okay. And this enemy is going to bite it because they are going to take 1 damage from the void. Cool. That one's out. And it hits on Shinzo. can dash and shield steal. Okay, so if you dash, if I moved you, you wouldn't have the energy to do your fléché. So just gonna defend and gain more shield. I'm gonna wait on the ult. I'm just gonna do it's already not taking anything. Okay. So we're gonna move you here, and we're gonna burninate, and we're gonna move you there, and double attack, and multi-attack, and pounce. They're terrified. Money and the board. 4 damage per burn on you. Okay, 3 burn. I'm gonna go with dual here. And how am I looking on my quests? Locations in Uzir. So now we're in Uzir. This looks like it's a location. Soldier of Iluna, which is a 3/3 minion. Cleanse all heroes every 2 turns. That seems pretty good for Aurora, who takes burn on herself. Apply 3 shock, defend. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take cleansing, because that makes the burn strategy with Aurora just a lot easier to manage. Gains 1 power and a splash whenever one of its allies is destroyed. Applies cleanse and a splash upon being destroyed. Applies cleanse and splash upon being destroyed. So that's gonna put a little bit of a damper on my burn, and then the void that or the hex that I counter with zap. Shields. Backlash. We're gonna wait on everything else. And just go. It's all dual strikes. All the time. Just lots of fun. I'm gonna put this. Can I? Can I not? Can I simply not? I guess maybe it uses some energy. Okay, so dealing a lot of damage here. 5 damage in an area, and a bunch of burn. Zap. And some get some shield. Do some taunt. And we're gonna do damage and lifesteal because we've got all that resilience. And we still have 1 energy left, which we're gonna wait. We're gonna hold on to. Wait on that because it makes them vulnerable, and then the attacks can do more damage. Vulnerable goes off. So I should use the pounce more at the start of the turn before. I just get excited because the pounce shows up after as I play the cards through, right? So 12, 14. Steel. That. So I'm going to teleport. Nice. So you're out. And we're gonna wait on your ult. Is this perfect here after? Is it the plus? Oh, so cleared. Damage and taunt. Shield. So I'm just gonna do that over here. We're gonna draw your ult, and we're gonna attack that way. And then we're gonna move you here. And you're gonna get rid of all those shields and get a bunch of fun stuff. You are attacking, dispelling, so we're gonna do that. And we're gonna do that. And you're not targeting me because you're stunned, but now we're gonna pounce and then do our lunges to get extra damage. Okay. You can burn. I'm gonna go over here so that I can fireball and kill you. And then you're going to teleport over here so that you can. But you're gonna take a bunch of damage, unfortunately. It's in 5-minute area. Steal some shields. So now you're gonna move over and steal, and then do your ult, and some more people. And you got a solar blast. Can't use that. And you don't take damage, so that's good. Let's see, can I just... do I have lethal? Okay. Something that I've tried to internalize with these roguelike deck builder games is always check at the start of the turn, can you just kill the enemy and be done? Because in most cases, unless you have stuff in your deck that will let you like do heal or something that will impact the run rather than just the fight, you want to end the fight. Ooh. Yeah. This will be really good for Shinzo. Piercing. Crit. Apply burn is good for anybody. But let's do burn for Aurora to increase that wonderful burnination. So we're gonna include that. You've got life force. Which one is that? Life steal. Okay. You've got some things that you can get. On guard. Duel, cool. And how we doing? Locations in Azir. So these are all fights. The thing. What else do I have? Enemies and tiles. Alright, let's go over here. This is great. Upgrades. So Elemental is going to include her fire attacks and her, like, half of her cards, so that's really good. And let's camp, because we need to heal. Sure, let's buy minion cards. Outpost, I don't know that I unlocked an outpost in the last run. Gain a new minion. Instant. Deal 6 damage forward. So they hit the board and instantly do 6 damage, and then they do 4 in the exchange. The Ice Walker is a defender and is cheaper, and the Shard Keeper does weak, where it'll apply weakness to an enemy, so they'll do less damage. I like all of these. I think I'm going to take the Ice Walker, because I've been buying a lot of stuff that's expensive. What is Pulse? At the start of each turn. Vulnerable. Interesting. But you don't have a lot of sustain. So if I put the Banshee out and was then taunting the damage away from the Banshee to Shinzo, then that vulnerable could apply more. It's a little tricky. Let's take that Rage Blood Shaman and leave that there, and let's get some cards. Let's get some stuff for Aurora. Okay, so more of the same. Let's definitely get another one of those Serene Beams. But then the Ice Walker for some defense. Let's give you the Shaman. And let's see, where's Capital? Have I not found the Capital? No, Capital's over here. What's in my backpack? Aegis Potion. Alright, so let's gonna replace the dragon. Let's get rid of the Dragon Breath and add this one. Okay. So we're gonna go here, because Aurora's pretty beat up, and I don't especially relish the idea of having to do an endurance paddle. So you're gonna do Hex. You're attacking and Sundering. We're gonna get a bunch of shield. You don't need that. Combo. When a card of the same color was previously played by any hero. So that I can definitely do. So, tons of resilience for you. And so then you can move over here because you're applying Hex, which doesn't really care about resilience. But Hex will hit twice. And you will save your energy for next turn. Ooh. What did you get? You did a cool thing. Just get your Dispelling. Okay. Oh, hold on. I don't have a lot to dispel. So I can do this. I can do that. And then make you burn. You're doing AoE. Backlash. And damage. Because you don't have anywhere to, you don't have any dash abilities right now, so let's just do some stuff. And I'm going to save this for next turn. but you have another attack. I could get rid of his attacks and really try to focus on his resilience stuff, but I do also need the 1-cost cards to build up the resilience that he then is able to use in the combos that he has. So, pounce. Now you're vulnerable. And, let's see. 4 damage. Is that going to be enough? Yeah, because you are vulnerable. And shield. And then shield steal so that you have the toughness. You're going to do 14. Well, let's put the Ice Walker out. And give you some healing. And then you're going to crash over and attack again. 9 in the area. Oh, because you're gonna take the burn. Well, the best. Okay, so that does protect against some of that damage. Oh no! They're back. Or, here's somebody. They're gonna cause trouble for me. Steal. Let's do that. And that. So you're gonna die from burn. Now I'm gonna stun you. You're just trying to steal stuff. Is that right? Yeah. Because this one doesn't want to stick around. Money. Restore 6 health and cleanse in an area. Yes, this is healing. But let's not overlook everything else. So, burn. Yeah, this is still going to be the thing. Okay. Let's get that. Nova in the deck. So we can transmute cards and look, there's a campfire. That's good. Okay, and then let's upgrade that thing that we just got. What was this parade upgrade? Or holy whatever it was. Two might. More damage. Extra resilience. Extra health. Okay, so this becomes lifesteal at 2 resilience. But that one's just does more damage instead of lowering the resilience threshold. Let's take that for life force. And then we get to heal. So 20 health on everybody. Now let's go face this this battle. That will let me get to capital. And then I think in a little bit I'm going to take a break so that I can be good to myself since I'm dealing with the allergies. We were doing 6 damage in an area. Like that. Take that taunt. And then shield steal. You're doing. Okay. Well, then let's do all that we can right now. because next turn we will not. I need to remember to use these every turn or every fight. I think I treated them like consumables at the run scale instead of on the fight scale. Cleansing. Got rid of all the burn and such. 6 health and cleanse in an area. We don't especially need that because we have the other thing that gives cleanse. But the healing, I think, is going to be the big thing that we end up doing. You're applying burn. Resilience, and you've got your combo, so we're going to take that. And bulwark. So we're going to do this. And we're going to do that. Oh, right, because you've got the... well, let's go over here. Because you don't have that. And, okay. Need an artifact for Shinzo that says you don't lose resilience at the start of each turn, like in how in Slay the Spire there's cards or artifacts that mean that you get to hold on to your block. Okay, 61, 35. Excuse me. Draw, which is nice on guard. Up. Get a million billion shields. Get you a bunch. And then you're going to be out. And do that. Let's give you a backlash. Let's get that here. Trample. Out. Let's do there and you are. I'm gonna hold on to this because you have got that backlash that's chipping away at my people. Nice, and that's everybody. Gold, ability, poison, consume, burn. There we go. Let's get some essence for you. And let's look at your deck. I'm gonna add that. Let's see if we want to take anything out. Let's take out one of these separate blasts. Event. Yeah, 2 essence for 100 gold is perfectly solid. So capital. We don't need. Well, yeah, let's do the health. And let's upgrade something. defense upgrades. Alright, now let's start doing some shard battles, because we're actually very far in the run. I have not been doing shard battles. Wow, that's rough. Alright, well, let's find out. To fuck around is human. To find out is divine. I don't remember where I heard that, so good job whoever first came up with that joke. Okay. So you are not the person to Alpha Strike. You are the person to whittle down. Gives Shinzo a little bit of breathing room. You're gonna be the one that I can focus down first. I don't care if you can resilient after that, that's fine. Unfortunately, that still stuns you even though I blocked the attack. Now we have more resilience, so big hit. You're gonna gain a bunch of shield. Damage. We're doing damage in an area. Okay. And you're just stunned, so you can't do anything. Good timing on their part. Yeep. Well, let's do that heal. Of course, now I don't have any burn to consume to become shields. Not quite dead. And now you can do this. But kill you. And you're not going to be able to be stunned, so I can stun you. And this would kill either of you. You have more sustainability, but you do more damage. to go ahead and bite it. That's great. So you should do that first. Let's do that. Let's go here. And do these. Very nice wasted attack. Well, I mean, if they're gonna attack there, that's fine, right? That's curious. Because now you're gonna die because so you're not going to do your damage. You are going to do a bunch of damage, though. So if I move you here... So now you'll take much less damage. Attack. Make you vulnerable. Go over here. And defense. Defense. More defense. Please. A little attack. Oh no. Did that all? Do this. And do that. So this. Well, I think that means we probably did the last run on casual. Since this one is definitely a bit harder, but we're also leveling up some of these characters. And we got some stuff that will show up in the future. Good. This seems like a good place to take a break. So I'm gonna hop up and stretch and use the restroom and refill my water and so on. And then I will come back and probably do another, a new run on casual with some of the new characters. So I'm gonna go to my break card and I'll be right back in a minute. Okay, we're back. If you want to see that, that was just Twitter. Casual. And let's see. So what happens if we do 2 tank meta? So remove you. You've got some good attack. You've got more. You've got a bit more. Let's try this. This gets the other new character, gets Shinzo, and we go back to this guy who's more upgraded. Sure, I don't know. Still learning this game. Let's see. So we did this, and now let's do the forest. Actually, did much our battles earlier on. Let's do more things in Anador, yeah. Okay, cards. Blind is good. So what's your deal? So you've got some magic stuff. Arcane Tempest is your ult, 10 damage and dispel in an area, so get rid of enemies' buffs. Ranged attack for 4, ranged attack multi-strike 3, deal 2 damage each, and a 2-cost defense, gain 5 shield and 1 locked overload. It's locked overload. I guess locked overload must be a card. Yeah, that's interesting. And let's go ahead and add these. And some loot. Love to get loot. Let's get that shield for you and that gold. Let's do a fight. Just some normal enemies. What do you do at the start? Convert all leftover action points to overloaded AP at the end of each turn. Okay. Curious. Well, let's figure out what overloaded is. Considered as extra AP and consumed before regular AP. Usable only the turn after it is played. Does not generate fury. Stacks do not decay. Interesting. Okay. So you can store your mana and go over the 5 maximum, it looks like. Area. Some shield. We have taunt. And then we go this way. And so all that damage goes on to Leon, who has lots of shield, because he gets 4 shield at the start of a return, and another 4 shield at the start of a return. So you're going to be primary tank, you're off tank, you are magic damage. Oops, I did some poison. Just you don't take damage, so spread out that damage. Oh well, you did a lot. Is this? Oh, because you got poison. That's fine. Okay, destroy. Takes you out. First, Fix takes you out. And some and now you have oh, not too bad. Interesting, interesting. Dash and shield, taunt and backlash. Taunt and backlash is fun. 1 toughness in an area. That's promising, especially for my tanky squad. Alright, so we're gonna blow up the barrel. After we fight some elites. Alright, so I want to get one of these knocked out and then do a bunch of damage on the barrel. Shield. Here, and then let's do this, and then we can do this. So that will knock you out. Okay, I don't want to use this just yet. Yeah, because now I can't do any damage to this, which is a bummer. But I didn't anyway. Work. You don't need radiant. So now I'm gonna focus on this one. We're gonna do that. So. Should have just done 2 attacks and had that one be done. So now the barrel's over here. This. And we got the barrel. Artifact. So it's going to be playing on a card. That's going to be really good for Luna. Let's get that. This here. And event. Okay. And abilities. Sure. Seems fine. Alright, what happens if we do an elite, or a short battle, but not with the extra penalty, but it's really early? Okay, yeah. Because you're doing multi-strike, 1 immune is not going to be as great because it's 4 damage 3 times, not 12 damage. Well, you can taunt, and then do this, and I'll be better off. In an area. And let's give you some poison. And root. Two tanks is really interesting. Being able to kind of balance and spread out the damage among 2 characters who have a lot of mitigation, but then of course they don't have as much offense, which is the thing that I was concerned about. Defense, and let's get you some shield, and some attack. You're just going to sit here with that because I want you to get a bunch of more energy to play more cards later. See if that works. So you're 87, and I win this fight if I just kill him. I think previously I'd gone after all of the minions, which understandable. No bonuses for you. Taunt. Attack. Defense. Full hug. And then you, and it spreads to you, which is very good. And I'll go ahead and hit you because I think it's fine. Deals 50% extra damage or below 50%. That will be now. Starting now. Yep, multi-strike for 6 damage. So bolster is not going to be as applicable here. So I'm going to go over here and then do Poison Aggression to make everybody take less, and then we'll attack once, and you'll take a hit. But we're going to keep on doing this thing. Early on in my experience with the game, the very first run I just tried to play whatever and did fine because I was on a lower difficulty. This is kind of like a Dark Souls technique where a couple of runs in I'm just like trying a bunch of things out to go out like get away from what I think of as optimal play and just misunderstanding some stuff. So now that better. And in the area, you're close to out, which is nice. So you're going to take 18, but you're going to take 29. Oh, I want you to take 20. I can keep on taunting, which is good. It's a poison. Love to have a wizard. Yep, so he'll use it early. pulls up the shard, wins the fight. Gold artifact. Retain a random card is interesting. Consuming overload generates fury. Restore 1 health. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that on you. Retain, gain ward, draw a card. Draw more. Yeah, I like this rapid fire. 1 power in an area is interesting. I like that for the shield steal. If I'm going to be kind of sharing the load. Let's give you some more energy. Help 20 health to everybody is good. But I haven't kind of seen much of the world yet, so let's go for this battle because it's going to get us toward that recovery area. So 2 fellows with big shields. You're doing poison, that's fine. Okay. Waited and kept, had your stuff go to overload. You're fine with all this damage that's coming in, but you wouldn't be because of how your different abilities work. 5 damage, blind, taunt. Let's wait. Should use this. Okay, this is volley. This is missile. Okay, 5 and an 8. Stash over here and gain a shield. So why don't you go here and just do some attacking. Okay, so locked for a charged overload here. 28 and 16. So, still hits the whole area, even if the being that is in that area is unconscious. Hey, the Rising Tides. Thanks for coming by. This game is very fun, though I am very sniffly, so I apologize. I mean, that sounds like a great idea. I've been doing my best to avoid and ignore Twitter, so being on stream is a good way for me to do that. Because if I'm on stream and doing this constantly, the stream's not going to be good, so... I wonder if I can get this enemy. You're stunned. You're just shell all over the time. What are you doing? You're doing damage. Let's go over here. And... so I can dash, and then do damage. That's all that we can do for now, I think. Okay, so I got that one. And now let's just zap. Got him. I wonder if I get something extra for getting this one. Nope, doesn't seem like it. Oh, free taunt. Damage and ward. Poison. I think free taunt is what I want. Alright, so let's go to Leon. Free taunt, multi-strike, shield and cleanse. That all sounds good. artifact. Good on that. We got poison. Everything's fine there. Destroy all shields. Do 6. I wonder if this is destroy your own shields. Probably not, because otherwise, if it was, it would just be plain worse. And there is good. More spiders. Okay, 4 damage and Sunder. Sunder is reduces all shield and healing. Well, let's not. What if not? So, poster, and you're gonna do 6 damage. And how did I just hit you really strong, and then you don't do damage to me because I stole your shields. That's a shield steal, obviously. Knowing that the Rising Tides is listening is, I think, encouraging me to make silly sounds. So, you're welcome. I mean, streaming is a great place for me to practice my Foley work, right? I've been listening to Not Another D&D podcast, and Brian Murphy, the GM, who I think is a great GM, has some like repeated tells. His Foley work is generally good, but he has one like whoosh sound that he uses so broadly. It's really funny. At this point, it's become a charming, silly thing that I look forward to. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go over here and then go punch. You are doing 9 damage, so how about some shield? And how about some 30 damage? And let's wait on that. Zappity and defend with Sunder. Defend with Sunder. So you are close to deceased. Zappa. What does blind do? Miss all cards that target enemies for 1 turn. I tried to use these this last time. It didn't seem like it was working. Oh, no. That was doing something wrong. Let's go over here. And go ahead, flash. Punch. And the backlash should get you. Oh, not. Yeah, I think a fun thing about GMing is that you get to bring to it what you have and what you're interested in. And so some people like get really into doing Foley. My friend Brian, where does he? He's probably streams as Yodi Den or maybe Natural Geekery. And he's like a ranger type, but also a longtime GM. And I have a fun memory of him GMing a game where like it was like horror. Yeah, I think it was a horror scenario. And he had brought in celery sticks and crunched the celery sticks under the table without us knowing to be the Foley for when like horror stuff was happening. And that's just like seared into my memory as this cool thing that I hadn't thought about being something you could do because I was like 15 or 16 at the time. Which is so it's a nice memory in terms of there's a lot of different ways to GM, and because as a medium it's like, you know, I call on cinematic stuff a lot. Some games go more toward like sequential art, like a Masks: A New Generation, but you also got audio in a different way, and so there's the tool set can be about as broad as you want it to be, and that's really fun. Explore in an area. Aura in an area. Yeah, let's do Protection Aura. Even though your deck is full, we're going to go and do something about that. So, let's pull. What are we going to pull? Intercept is good. Reflective Shield. Let's get rid of one Crusader Strike. And then we're going to add Protection Aura. So many fights. Yeah, because I feel like good description is a really strong base for GMing. Because I think especially where there are a lot of players who I feel really want good description as an anchor for them to be able to imagine themselves in that space where the action is happening. And so good description is going to be that lifeline for a lot of players. Doing 9 damage. I will not take 9 damage. And we punt. We punch. We swing. Alright, so you're going to take a little bit of damage. But if I move you over, you're going to get... The taunt is going to break, so I'm not going to do that. Oh, I need to use these poison more. Okay, let's do this before I forget. Poison. And that's poison, so my shields don't mean anything. It's a status effect. So we're going to gain shielded in an area, which is fun. And I guess we don't need that extra shield, so I'm just gonna punch kick. So now we've got 3 overload, and you're doing. Let's go ahead and use that. And this. So a whole bunch of stuff because we had all those overload charges on most of us. Area, root. We're taking, got 10 coming in, 14. And so you can. And so now your immune lets you take all that damage, which is beautiful. And unfortunately, I don't want to use these headbutts now because they are also taunts. I want Shinzo to take no damage. So I'm going to let that just... Okay, so we got 4. We do all of these, then we get the Tempest. So it's there and it gets the worst problem. Step. Very nice. And you're doing 9. Let's get an immune. Let's take your shields. Here, and then do an earthquake, which is good in range, and yeah, this double tank formation is pretty fun. I just need to make sure to put a lot of damage dealing on Mozambus, because I think when I get to upper enemies, there's going to be a question of whether I can, whether I'll be able to do damage fast enough, or how the encounters are scaled or designed. Let's go over here. And those overcharge. So Hatch Surrogate is going to do 14 damage on old Leon here, but I've got some immunes. Let's do a hit there. You can get some more immune. So I think you're going to move over and do punch and some bulwark stuff, but that's still not enough defense for you. So let's do some of that and get a shield. Okay. Attack. Shades of Amber, 18. 18 of 10, so I should make sure to claim that after this fight. Damage. This is all defense. Zappa. Frank Zappa. My armor will re-go before our next encounter. It will? That's cool. You have, like, plant armor? Not wild about any of these, honestly. So let's just take that rifle. Retain non-shield. Juggernaut Strike, I think, for you. Let's do hunting rifle on Mozebus, even though it's very funny. Like, you're a wizard. Alright, how about you get your draw up? That's gonna be a nice time. We've got a lot of money, so let's go to capital. And let's upgrade a card. Okay, that makes cheaper. Goes up to 6 damage. Multi-strike, let's buff our damage, as I said. Loot cache! Don't let EA know that you can have loot caches without microtransactions. Actually, do let them know. They've gotten better, but they're still the ones that are legendarily scummy about it. One card draw when you have a dash or teleport. Apply force poison in the splash whenever you destroy an enemy. That's pretty fun. Yeah. And more gold. Okay, we can go here and rest. 20 for everybody. You're at 56 of 80. We're at 46. Let's get 40 health on Shinzo here. We can go. Let's get some cards. Dash and shields. Taunt and backlash. Deal damage and gain ward. What's your deck looking like, Shinzo? Okay. This is something I haven't done or didn't do in past runs, is like just clear the deck for one of these characters and then rebuild it consciously instead of just like tweak as new cards come in. So that's 2 taunts. That's 3 taunts. Let's get the Ox Charge and the Dash for shields. Let's get 2 of the Bulwarks. Let's get the Juggernaut. No, let's take out that Juggernaut Strike and put in the one that's upgraded. And add 2 Seismic Strikes. So that's 11. Yeah, let's try that. And we get to draft cards. Let's go for Mozebus. So what's our damage dealing stuff? 8 in an area and gain 1 locked overload, but for 3 mana. Arcane Barrier, gain 2 resilience and 1 extra resilience per overload consumed. That's pretty handy. Resilience is only for 1 turn though. Deal 5 damage and 5 extra damage per overload consumed on Mind Shock. I think I'm good. Okay, so I get all of these. Let's go. Again, let's do the thing where we rebuild your deck for nothing. So, upgraded Magic Volley for sure. Arcane Barrier and Mind Shock. Let's use those overloads that we have. In a locked overload, because that gives us a nice bonus. Magic Volley and Arcane Missiles. So again, that's 11 out of 14. Means a little bit, we're going to have a little bit higher percentage chance of drawing some of those more powerful cards versus the base ones. Hey, Caranthology! Thanks for coming by. Well, you I know you have a lot of things, and I'm very grateful for all the hosting that you do on your streams. So I'm very glad to be able to host you um, for this. So this is a game called Arcanium, which is more like a adventure RPG. It is a roguelike deck builder, if that means anything to you, which means it's got a little bit of something like Dominion or Ascension in changing your character's decks, but then it's got like overland RPG stuff that has a lot of replayability, which is fun. Reach battle and gain essence. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay. Yeah, this has been from this is still in early access, but it's been in early access for I think about a year. So as you can see, it looks pretty polished and it feels close to done to me. So these are, they would love to be overloaded. Okay, you're the next person I need to give extra energy to for sure. So poison for you. Minion over here to protect. So let's put that resilience, and then we're going to strike that and hit. And then what if I go over here and shields? Excellent. So yeah, we've got this lane situation where there's left, middle, and right, and the position of my characters dictates which attacks they're going to be targeted by the enemies. And there's a lot of stuff that will attack in an area. So if I attack in an area to here, it goes one space to each side, so it would hit all three. But if I attacked in an area to here, it would only hit this one and this one, because an area goes one to each side. And so 3 lanes is not a lot. It's just enough to have some interesting stuff where you want to be able to move your characters, and sometimes you end up out of position, which is a bummer, and that kind of adds to the interesting stuff of what's going on. So let's do a Juggernaut hit here, which gives us defense, but you're still going to take that attack. Toughness is increased damage taken, but I have 5 damage and 5 extra damage per overload consumed. It's not going to do that just yet. Shields. Enchant an area. And then we're going to go here. You, and we're going to wait on drawing your ult until the next turn because we've already got a ton of it. Here you got all the defense you need for right now, which is fine. Alright, so we're going to use this to gain locked overload, which will help us be able to use some of these other powers. And let's use the ult. Let's attack here and attack there. Shield. So Leon seems has the wooden tarragon, so that's certainly helping. Has been better able to avoid taking damage at all. Shinzo is a little bit more offense, and I think it's a little bit trickier to use because of this resilience, where, okay, stacks of resilience aren't, they apply to each hit that you would take, so every time you would take damage, you're going to take less damage equal to your resilience. So it's really good against multi-attack, which was good against this spider. Okay, so I've got 2 overload here. Leaks me, I'm going to do less damage. But I don't even need to do fancy stuff to you. Oh, wait, why did I? Oh, because you have resilience. Very nicely done. How about I just mind shot people, and that does the thing. And then I do this. And I get the spider. And I'm gonna move over here. And you are weakened. So let's just get this immune and some shield. We're gonna do 7 damage. I don't have the shields Shinzo to take that, so I'm just gonna let Leon tank it for a bit. Okay, so now I want to go all in on these on the barrel, because that is the objective for this fight. 8 in an area. I wonder if that's gonna apply twice. It does apply twice. Very nice. And shield steal. And then attack. So you are just causing trouble. So I'm going to do this. Okay, so once I get this widow, the barrel will reappear, and then I'll go after it. Like so. So there's the barrel, and that's the objective for this fight. I get money, I get some stuff. Ooh, demonic form. Gain 1 toughness and 1 power. That's not consumed, so you could use it several times over the course of a match. Cleanse is very good, though. Power in an area. Let's take that Purify, because I'm still trying to figure out what your deal is going to be. Who's got that's artifacts? Oh, yeah, I need to give this to you. Hunting rifle. Alright, and you... What can you use? Use this. Oh, I still want that for you. I need an artifact for Shinzo here. Let's go over here. 54 of 80. Let's do an upgrade. 5 in an area. Let's get more shields. And I think I've completed some of these things. Ability, yes. So, and reward. Did I already do this? Or am I getting another bonus? I'm getting another bonus. Okay. Assault the elites. To my collection. I'm a spider face. This is the Black Widow. Ah, sure. There's a Brood Sentinel who looks honestly more intimidating to me. I guess it's maybe the horns. Spiders with horns? Sure. Whirling Strike. And Regeneration. Alright, let's do that. Big hit there. Need to act. And I'm gonna gain a bunch of shields. Attack in an area. Let's give you a friend. That poison will mitigate some of your regeneration. You're doing 7 by 2. And what is your thing? Your thing is 1 resilience whenever you play a card. Okay. Now I'm not really taking anything. Another friend. For what? Hit? Yep. So We're gonna. Oh, you're rooted, Grumpy. Oh, I can taunt. I cleanse you. No. Any shields? Okay, I should keep track of that. Mozebus, you gotta keep track of the enemy. It's like a thing for everybody. Just getting shield. So let's go over here. And back on. Now it's time to focus somebody down. You are doing 14, so let's just nice. Slightly weakened. Oh, I shouldn't have gone to the ult because I'm weakened, and that means that the fun part of, or the damage part of the ult is not doing as much the thing. Right there. You're at 10. Poison. Accept these poisons so that I can keep drawing cards. The idea that poison, like, stops you from redraw is very interesting, it seems like. Because I got to the point where I just had a handful of poison. Yeah, speaking of a handful of poison, but you're also stunned. Dun -dun. You're out. I also really don't want to take 35. So I'm going to move over here. Nothing to do for you. You've already got a lot of poison, so Shinzo's just going to take it on the chin. Move back here so I don't give myself more of a crick in the neck. I don't know how to make this cost 0. Reduce 5 for each enemy target. Okay, so I taunt. That's how I do it. That's how that works. Here we go. Back in the area. Taunt. I'm gonna take some poison. Do that. So not doing anything else. So you're going to attack Leon, and we should hopefully finish you off next turn. Okay. So I'm going to do Mind Shock. Plus 10. And then shieldies. Taunt you to be. Get over here. Just take this a little slow. Not too slow because Shinzo takes poison. Okay. Missile. Missile. And shield toss. Not quite Captain America shield toss. It was a kite shield. Not gonna be as aerodynamic. I suppose maybe if you're really good and you throw the kite shield straight at somebody and like with the bottom point headed at them, but that's still silly. Draw one the first time you play range tracker. But I think Anadorian bow is going to be the thing. Oh, what if we combat staff for Shinzo? Do you have ranged attacks? Headbutt is a ranged attack. Sure. And provoke. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and give that to Shinzo because he just does not have much. Yeah, shield in an area seems nice. And more energy for you. Okay, battle. What's our situation? Claim that campsite? Oh, we already claimed it. It was campsite. 20 cows in Anador. Okay. Let's put that here. More spiders. Okay. Poison to start us off. And that friend here. Lock overload. And I'm going to taunt you to make consecration cheaper. And I'm attacking you. And then just got some might from that nice artifact I gave you. Right on. And you've got poison on there, so give you that damage. But then we'll let this stuff all convert so we can get the bonuses of Mind Shock. Mind Shock's 15. And then area. And taunt you to take you out. Doing 8. You are doing okay. You are going to do some damage. Let's get shield and backlash. Which gives us some more resilience. So we're going to take very little. And protection. And get that So, one hit on you. Start doing some magic attacks on this spider here. And squish in. And then smush you with an earthquake. Move over here, and then smush you with an earthquake. Yeah, terrified. Gold. You have 5 and blind in an area. That's 5. Bolster, though. You have critical damage if you have resilience. Gain 1 power if lethal. Okay, yeah, let's take that for Shinzo and reevaluate his situation here. So that's 8 damage. Critical. Essence Crash is going to come out, and then Crush is going to go in. Let's trade an artifact here. Now we get a rare artifact instead. Combo effects always trigger. Let's give an ornate quiver and artifacts. Let's go there, because that's going to make some of your attacks free or at least cheaper. Upgrades. Let's some defense, light cards. Yeah, let's have some friends. Loot cash. Ooh, it's cheaper. Steel Cage, return a menu to your hand, refund its cost. That's interesting. Ooh, Backlash, hell yeah. Keep up to 3 Backlash at the end of each turn. So that's going to be really good for Shinzo. Poison, yeah, it's gotta be this. Very nice. And an outpost, so we can recruit minions. Oh, cool. So, instant is an effect that happens when they are played, and I got something that lets me return a minion to my hand, right? So, I think that's pretty cool. Oof. Stun forward is really good. Stun the enemy just does not get to take their turn. But 5 energy is a lot. Let's leave that. Let's get some cards. Or Muzzibus. Retain, interrupt. What is interrupt? Forces the enemy to re-queue a new card. That's very interesting. Yeah. Because there's going to be times when the enemy has like an Alpha Strike or they've got their Fury ability. And that should mean that I can interrupt that. Got an item. Ooh, Pulse gain 1 AP is pretty great. Choose a discard from enter your hand. Recall is very good though, because there's times when crowd control effects from an ally is very good. So let's go over here, let's look at our items. Master Familiar, okay. That's the one that lets me refund its cost. So let's get rid of Poison Vial. Let's have our friend. We've got the Steel Cage. And Recall, so we only have 3 potion slots. We're at 20 of 30 threat. I don't know what that is. We finish one of these things we have. Then upgrade 2 abilities. Let's gain more Backlash because we have that thing where we can keep it for free, or we can keep more Backlash. And we upgrade that, then any of these ranged attacks are going to be free. Or the first one will be free per turn. More shield. No, let's just let's make sure that the Arcane Missile that's upgraded is the one that you have equipped. Magic Volley, Arcane Missile, yes. Alright, we do need to heal. And where's the capital? It's over here. Have anything left? I already claimed that. 10 tiles in Scorched Lands for an ability. I don't think that's going to happen at this point, because it's all over here. And I'm at 21 threat. At 30 threat, then the kind of area boss is triggered. So let's try to do a couple shard battles and see if we can go here first. Add 1 threat, duplicate an artifact of rituals. Interesting. Duplicate an ability. So I could duplicate one of my like upgraded abilities to get the most out of this. Now let's do an artifact. So what do we got? Let's make sure I include that ranger. Okay. Let's go do a shard battle. This is Void Lord Akhan. It's like a big goat bat person. That's cool. Might be just a big bat person with horns. Okay, so you're doing a lot of damage. 20 damage. What if I interrupted you? That's worse. 18 damage and stun is worse. Well, let's be immune to that damage, even if we're not going to be immune to the stun. You would just replace the friend, so let's not do that. What are you doing? At the start of each turn. Alright, so we're going to have to come around to that Purify. But it's free every turn, so... And I don't know what backlash applies to when you're doing status attacks. I don't think that it does. Leon is stunned. You're getting a ton of shield. Oh, this is good. What's your deal? Deals 2 damage to any hero when Edward draws a card. Well, that's not great for me. Punchy. Just punching things. Let's these minions stay out here because I want to be able to play that ranger who does the enters the field, and then pull them back into my hand and then play them again to get that play effect twice. Alright, so you're doing 14 in an area, you're doing 18 in an area, and you're doing 10 damage and 4 burn. That's a lot. items? Check where the rest of your deck is. Here we go. It's the draw pile. Okay, so this is from discard pile. What's in your discard pile? I could get more backlash. Could get the Templar Rush. Okay. And that gives me this, which is great. Oh, cool! It does shield steal from the in the area. That's very good. You go down there, and you're gonna take a lot of damage, but I don't have anything else I can do with you, so it is. Yikes. So let's find a way to not. Is your this is in discard pile. The interrupt is in your discard pile, is it not? Yes, okay. I thought that was discard pile. Discard pile. Waste of resource, unfortunately. And you're doing 36 damage. Leon's ult is very good. Leon is stunned, which is very bad. No fire, thank you. Shield steal. Both stunned. Wah, wah. All doing damage in an area. That's just not fair. Well, let's make everything less unfair. This interrupt power, I'm not impressed. Can I finish this with just my tank boys? Good question. Multi-strike. 20 damage, 18 shield. Okay. Instant damage. So I got to replay the Ranger and did its damage again. Let's destroy all shields as well. So you go here, and then you taunt, and then you get your... Unfortunately, it's damage in an area. Well, I think I'm gonna get this, have Shinzo take one of his attacks before moving. Can I move? And steal. And let's wait on that ult, because then I can shield steal again after you next time you give yourself shields. 18 in an area. Is. And I will use the ult because that gives me shields for even when I go over there. Multi-strike. And more shields. And attack. So now this gets it's much slower because I don't have Mozellus, but I do have only one enemy attacking. So you move over, you attack, you come back. And you're gonna attack. I'm gonna wait on that because I don't need the immunes yet. Attack. And for shield in an area sounds good for survivability. So we're gonna move here. We're gonna play this friend down for the damage. And we're gonna hit. Shield steal is good. Now you're gonna move in and attack. Many shields. Little friend attacks. Down. Alt. Left over. 4. You're doing 18 damage and a stun. Now I want you to hit. but I'm going to go ahead and use my ult because the immunes should survive the stun. They do. Good. Back here because you can survive that hit, Leon. Got him. I just have to use the rope and the dope. Shields and attacks. Shields. So, attack. Okay, that's all of your energy. It's fine. Attack. The destroy shields one. Okay. Well, I'm glad that I can keep on playing them. That's pretty great. Shield steal. More shield steal. And yes. That was just a shard battle, unfortunately. I'm gonna need a lot of healing from my friends before we can go into the finale. Restore 1 health per resilience on you at the end of your turn. Yeah, that sounds great. Ability. Alright, so we're getting some good stuff now. 2 resilience in an area per overload consumed, and being able to retain it on Shinzo. Enchant 3, absorb 50% of all damage. No, it's gotta be a reverberation. Six damage and taunt in an area, shield steal. Sure. Void Lord as Akhan. Health for everybody. Hey, unlocked a new hero. Looks like a stag druid friend, maybe, with a little tiny bird friend. Oh, because we have a nature girl, we got a better healing result. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna go back to the capital, even though healing is going to be expensive. Oracle. Let's do this one. Ooh, shield bash for Leon sounds great. Love a good shield bash. That's right, almost. Is the thing I'm replacing? No, not. Crusader Strike is the thing I'm replacing. Shield bash is already in? Okay. roar. Okay, so we're at 23 threat, a little bit, we're close to 4. I will probably try to do the boss as quickly as I can. So I'm also wanting to not push my luck in terms of allergy stuff. See if we can get another level up before the end game. So big monkey person, multi-strike, and stun. So what if you taunted? You steal health. I would like you to not do that. Okay, that's fine. We're stunned, so I guess we're just done with this part. Love to be immune. 20 damage. Bash is good. Excuse me. It's time to take more decongestant. What? Some damage here. Punch. Oh, weak to everybody is not fun. I should have used this weekend and then done the cleanse. So I'd be able to get rid of it. Okay. And all. And you getting burned is not bad because you're the one who has cleanse. And I might as well do this for free. It's free. Hit there. Been doing 6 in the area. Hope you didn't suffer. We're gonna hit this for this shield still to get it closer to the so that's down to 10. And just go for lethal. And draw one card whenever you play with a cost 1 or less. Power affects your card twice. Obsidian Shiv seems pretty great. Are you the only one who can use it? Maybe. Antidote. Yeah. Okay. And third artifact situation looking like. Something is happening here. Hexing, eh? What's a hexing? Apply hex. Okay. 1 week to all enemies at the start of each turn. Yeah, that sounds great. Yes, please. Is card draw. Yeah, full hand sounds awesome. Health. I don't have any camps that I haven't utilized. I do. Very good. Okay, so this will give me a level up. It's going to be a longer fight. It's 5 for 4 rounds. Okay. All of the resilience. Yeah, I really like a lot of burn. Okay, let's go here. Let's get a top of everybody. That more cleanse stuff in my deck. This turn and one more turn. We're stunned, unfortunately. Resilience for everyone. Let's go here. Steal a million shields. Love to see it. Burn, burn, area. What if you did anything else? No. Well, less burn, I guess. Several of them have their ult. So go here. I use this. And then I'm gonna move again. Let's get something for you. Oh. Should have bolstered more. Got me a little bit more shields. Okay, and we survived. That took a lot of damage. Roll. It's probably the thing. I think I can probably try to make that work. Let's do that. Actually, this should be on you, because you have things that cost more that then, with bolster, become cheaper. So I think that's what I want to do. Collect cards, buy stuff. Alright, I think collect cards is the thing that I want to do, and then I'll go fight the boss. Let's revisit Shinzo's step. Okay, so let's get things that are upgraded. Cleanse. Pierce Roar, Intercept, Rapid Fire Challenge. That. Cleanse. Cataclysm. Where are the cataclysms? boss. And it's Spider Queen again. Boss passive rotation. This is tricky. But at least they're all always weak. That's pretty great. Boss passive rotation. Apply 3 poison and gain it. Okay. What if that's that immune? Get lots of stuff for having backslash, so let's do that then. That part's down. What if you didn't lifesteal? Boss cannot be interrupted. Bummer. Good. Ranger friend. Turns 50% of all damage taken. Well, that's not great for this turn, honestly. From there, let's see, you do a thing. Defense. cleanse, really poison, which is very good. Honestly, that art just looks cool. So, because this character is rooted, I can't move Shinzo over to then cleanse my ally. What can I only cleanse? Must be one of her abilities that I can use to cleanse. That's good. Yeah, that 24 poison is going to get me regardless, so I might as well use this and just go down swinging. Are all melee, unfortunately. So much health. These people do so not that much damage. Many shields. So each of them having a cleanse card is really good for being able to survive all this poison. Poison on it. That's for you. One's for you. That's good. It looks very possible to beat this boss. Rooted. Oh, Pummel was on. And the shields. Just use that space. Here we go. And that's Arnax. Unfortunately, Arnax is not the end boss. Arnax is just the area boss. Hold, artifact. There's more to do, but I'm tuckered, so I gotta call it here. This is menu. So I am going to head out. I will resume schedule my Sunday streams this weekend. This weekend we also have Case of the Cindered Seal at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we are still just 3 followers away from the 50 that we need to do to qualify for affiliate, and where I will be doing a giveaway. So tell your friends if you think that they would like these roguelike deck builders or hanging out and talking about role-playing games. Thank you for joining me. And thank you to everybody who's watching on YouTube or Twitch later on. You are also wonderful, and maybe we will hope to see you live some other time if schedules permit. Thanks. Bye.